What's up, people? We back. We finally did it. We're starting season two of the Merry Men edition of Everyday People. Back here with the brothers. Let's see if it's ain't much change. Ring check. Where we at? Ah, everyone's still married.
Nice to get mine this time.
It's been a minute since we've been talking to y'all. We had a little layoff. I know that at the end of last season we were supposed to do some big thing with the wives. It didn't happen. We will try to make it happen this year when we come about with our episodes. But nevertheless, we're grateful and glad to be out here, just sharing with our lives, giving our commentary, and I hope that y'all stick with us. We get some more views and people just rocking with us as we share and go about this our lives and take y'all on this journey with us. But again, we got Kev, we got Kayam, and we got L, and I'm Pastor Charles. For those of you that don't know the format, we talk about our lives, we talk about current events, and then we bounce it off of the Word and see how close these things are actually following what the Word says we're to do. And then if it isn't, we just look at how we can correct and do better. But we all love the Lord. We all worship together. We all serve together. And we like to have fun as well. So, just for a brief update, because it's been a few months since we all saw each other, let's just catch up real quick and see how everybody's been doing since the last time we talked. So, Kaim, if you want to go first, let the good folks know what's been happening with you.
What's been happening with me is, again, I'm still married, still hanging in there. But ultimately, what's changed with me has been my walk with God. I will say that has been the noticeable change that has been really going on in my life. Definitely just been appreciating time more with my loved ones, just continuing to see what He has for me. And I'm just very excited because here at this church, here at God's House of Prayer, we ended up having a few kids baptized this previous week. So it was just a major uh, improvement and just a major step into the right direction of the future. And I am thankful to just witness that and be a part of that, and just being around you guys and watching it all unfold has been amazing. So I will definitely say that has been my biggest change.
And Kaim is being humble. He was helping with that baptism. He's definitely elevated in the church and he's been doing more. So I was glad that he's been available and able to help with all the things that we got going on. So that's a little bit with him. L, what's new with you, man?
Nothing too crazy. I too am still married.
All
Thank
right,
God.
all right.
Couple big things. Me and my wife, we moved to a new spot. A little bit closer to the family. We still rocking our second year anniversary is coming up in October.
Nice.
So we kind of looking forward to that. And um, anything in particular? Nothing too crazy. I'm a volunteer soccer coach at another church that I'm very close with. So I got my first soccer practice on Thursday. About to be dealing with the youth. Um,
What you know about some soccer?
I don't know nothing about soccer, but hence why I said volunteer. It's volunteer work. No experience is necessary. All I'm doing is basically supervise the kids and teach them a little bit about the Lord, and that's it. That is all that's required of me.
Coach L, what we supposed to do? Kick the ball. You want me to do? I don't know.
Kick it over there. Just don't kick it back this way. But yeah, nothing too crazy. Just still just staying out the way as best I can. So
Your hair's longer since the last time.
yeah,
Okay.
it is. It is. It needs to get done too.
All right, Karen, what's new now?
Life, man. Life is still, life as usual.
Life is still life and
Life is still life, and obviously still here, still alive and kicking. Me and the wife, we still going strong. We actually we have moved earlier this year as well. I think it was January or February. We moved into a larger place. as well. Um, Still going strong with my job. Still dealing with the issues of dealing with my illness of chronic illness. Still every day is a battle, things like that. But of course, still maintaining the faith and still just pushing through day by day. It's not easy, but again, it's always gotta stay true to what I believe in, and knowing that He's always going to provide for me, and things of that just keeping me together,
Mhm.
um, and just going strong for again, me, my wife, and my kids, and just the parenthood aspect is always something. My oldest is going to be starting school this year. I got about 5 weeks to go till she starts kindergarten. That's
I ain't ready.
I don't think none of us is.
no, nobody, none of us are ready. It's still just funny just thinking about when she was first born. Now I'm going to be taking her to school. But it's still just surreal. It's still hard to believe that I'm a dad. Still, it's still hard to believe. So it's just a great thing to just see um, how far along in just this journey that I've just been able to come along, and just in life in general. Um, but yeah, no, life has just been it's been amazing. Even in the downs that I've gone through, there's been so many ups as well.
Mhm.
Um, so I'm beyond grateful to have been in this now. But definitely have a lot of great things coming up in the future. Even in music, I'm going to be involved in some things coming up. I'm going to be involved in with some bands and things like that coming up soon. So you might see me in some stuff here locally. You may or may not. Who knows? Definitely trying to do some things, especially within the church and elsewhere. Um, so stay tuned. Stay tuned. Definitely want to just try to see what God has in store for me. Again, whether it's with my hands or just with my voice or whatever it may be.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that's a big bombshell with Mia getting ready to start school here pretty soon. Sedalia ain't gonna know what hit. I mean, as far as me, like the fella said, I'm still on that marriage journey. We celebrated our 5th year anniversary earlier this year. And me and the missus have started a real estate company. And so that's the thing that we got going on. We got a couple serious contenders for things we're looking at as of right now. That's all I'm gonna say about that. 'Cause I'm not trying to create no competition or anything. Because what we have is what we got. But uh, youngest graduated. You know, um, church is still going pretty strong. Uh, and just the routines of the ins and outs of the weeks, just getting through the workday, making sure we got enough to sustain ourselves at the house, and you kind of get into that routine, and then the weeks just start flying by.
Yeah.
You know, just trying to stay ahead of bills and who has needs and who has this and who needs that, and you look up after just grinding and you see that it's the next month already. So
Mhm.
I think I'm about the same as everybody. Ain't been a whole bunch of change. We had a few things happen since the last time that we've been sharing. But enough of that. You know, we have a whole lot that we can discuss that we can catch up on for this year. Um, a lot has been going on. This is July already. Um, I mean, in the entertainment world, there's been a lot of stuff going on just naturally with the world and the weather and the wars. And there's a lot of stuff going on. Some that's biblical, some that's rumors of biblical happenings. And we just want to be here to give our commentary on how just us being ordinary, everyday people, how this stuff is floating around in our minds and what we're doing to um, be a part of solutions within our circles and just the space that we have. But just briefly, fellas, the one thing I do want to ask, because we did cover a lot of different topics last year, just within our marriages, we talked about communication, we talked about the tongue, we talked about, um, we touched on the brawl, and a lot of other things. But the one thing I do want to ask y'all, just the things that we touched on as far as what we do well and what we don't do well. I'm gonna bring this up about communication. The areas where you would say that we were flawed.
Mhm.
Have we done any better since we last have been discussing any of this?
Um, I say yeah. Um, because the biggest thing for me when it came to communication was patience.
Yeah,
I've definitely developed more patience. Um, it takes a little bit longer for me to get frustrated about a situation or a topic, but frustration can still be there, but it's not just snapping right off the bat. But I think patience for me and trying not to um listen to respond, actually try to listen to hear and understand so I can give an accurate response. Because a lot of times when I try to respond, I try to be as logical as possible, give both my views on both sides or whatever. So I don't always try to seem like I'm always right. I'm just trying to give a strong, definite answer of whatever it is. So those are the two biggest things for me: listening to understanding, patience.
Time, what about you, man?
I would say for me, it definitely has improved. Me and my wife has gotten really like closer than ever. And I know that in marriage, that this is exactly how it's supposed to be. That we're slowly combining to be in that one flesh. As it says in the word. And so, one of our biggest battles was that communication.
Yeah,
And so, kind of piggybacking off of what Elle was saying, it was the patience, for me. That was difficult at first, but I think after our podcast and and doing some self discovery on my own and hearing the things that my wife needs me to do because I ask her, how what does it take for me to be the leader that you need me to be, and how I need to be as a man in the household. And so she's expressed herself. She's had let me know about anything that I need to work on, and I feel comfortable asking her anything that she needs to work on. And so we figured out pretty quickly communication was one of those things, and her and I has both worked on that together. And so I'm thankful. I truly am.
cool. Kev?
Yeah, definitely is believe there's still some areas obviously for improvement. Uh, Communication obviously is still one of the bigger challenges that we deal with. There's always still in some areas there's going to be kind of some walls to have to crack. Um, because it seems like there can easily be triggers here and there.
Mm.
Um, once you kind of will get to when you're weaving and trying to just work around certain things where you just trying to see where you're getting to, where where the hurdles are. And sometimes where you're kind of like when you're walking around eggshells to try to get to certain spots. And when you're just easily trying to work through it, and some things you're just like, okay, just for the sake of keeping the peace, you don't speak on it.
Mm.
That's kind of a lot of times where the issues lie.
So
So
essentially, just
sometimes
beating
things,
around the bush.
a lot of times, yes. And because sometimes, where easily feelings can be hurt. So a lot of times things just go unsaid,
Mm.
and those things can easily just, you know, end up going, as I said, they go unsaid. And then one times things can snowball, and that's when things can spiral. And once they do get unleashed, things can,
Go left.
go, you know. Um, so those things kind of help, go pretty out of control. But those are the moments when you really have to have those real, sit downs and those things. And that's where you have to really really take things in account and really break things down. So that's another thing that I've really been able to work on. Um, really trying to get into the work, and also myself. I've been working on myself, getting into, been getting into counseling as well. Just been getting into, because there's been some things I've been also dealing with, again, dealing with my illness and just been dealing with other things as well. So it's just other things I just need to work on, even personally. Um, just things I need to work on just internally, just to better handle. So I know there's ways I need to be able to better to deal with myself in order to better communicate, uh, just to work through. So if I know how to better understand myself, I know how to be able to better communicate with her to how I can get that through with her. So that's how I'm getting, at least getting that part better. Because I've seen how it's gone through in the past.
Okay. On a journey of self-discovery.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, uh, as far as communication with us, um, just being around each other and being in our routines and trying out new things, and we communicate pretty well. We're both on the same path as far as just the goals that we're wanting to accomplish. We might have different skill sets on how to get there, but the overall goal is still the same. And so, trying to coordinate schedules and making sure that we still make enough time for each other um, really is it. But as far as just being able to talk to one another, we don't have any issues doing that. We can be pretty candid and speak our minds about what we need to. And there's not any hurt feelings or, because we know that we've already proved that we love one another and that we got each other's back. So communication is pretty well with how we need to talk to one another and how we rock and make sure that we're available and there for one another. So in that department, we're pretty solid. But we definitely have many other topics that we want to go over in this series coming up for this season. Definitely, we'll get the girls back in it, and we'll definitely look to have the big blowout with everybody on here, and definitely look to have some special guests. And as of last season, we wanted you guys to get a chance to know us. We'll definitely open it up to more people, just so we can have some other opinions on here as well, and see how folks that might not be coming from, I guess, a married place or even a place of scripture, how they think and compare to how the word thinks. We definitely try to make sure that when things in our lives go off the rails, it's not by accident. And we try to make sure that we understand what is it that we didn't do that would help us get to this successful place in Christ, so that He's pleased with what's going on, and so that we can have peace of mind. So that's the main thing. But I'm grateful that all of us were still married, that our woman is still putting up with us, still not minding making dinner for us and washing clothes and all that other stuff that they do. And Kev got babies getting ready to go to school. Alan Kime is still handsome, young bulls, and Kev is too. But that's all we got for today. We'll be back at y'all at the next episode. Don't have necessarily a time frame that we're doing just yet. Are we still just going to do Thursdays? All right.
Thursdays.
We'll put stuff out on Thursdays for y'all, and we'll just kind of go from there. But we thank y'all for listening. We're back. Sorry it took so long, but hope that y'all still rock with us and go through this journey with us as we explore being a married man in this modern time. But we love y'all. We thank y'all. We'll see y'all next time.